Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of CMTT, Changing Minds Through Technology, and I'm your host, Sir-Crichards. Today we'll be looking at how to manipulate and understand Google Classroom, how to sign up, log in, and how to navigate through the classes. As we know, this is the medium which most institutions are using to teach online. Alright, so this is the medium used on the virtual platform. So this is how you go about and signing up and navigating to your class. So first you need to launch your web browser. So when your web browser is now launched, normally these 9 dots to your right is where you'll find all the Google applications. Now Google Classroom will also be a part of this, but this is when you have signed up and signed in. So for now I'm not yet signed in, so it's not there. So let's go about seeing how we go about doing that. So first you type Google Classroom or just Classroom, and we click Classroom, then we click Google Classroom. Alright, so now we are here to see this information from the G Suite. However, we just want to log in, so we'll click Go to Classroom. Alright, now here's the step where you sign up. Alright, so the sign up process is quite easy. If you're doing this personally, you'd use your personal Gmail account. However, if you're affiliated with a domain, for instance an institution or an organization, you would use that domain given to log in. So here you will enter the domain given and you would sign in. So you enter the username given and then you will enter your password. So you enter your username and your password, and then it will sign you in to Google Classroom. Alright, so now that you are signed into your Google Classroom, here to the right top corner you will see a plus sign. You click that plus sign. Alright, here you will see where you can create a class or join a class. Now if you're a teacher, you would click create a class. Then you go about creating your class and you will see the necessary information needed to give your students. If you're a student, you will click join a class. Here you will be given a code by your teacher. You would enter the code and then you will enter your class. So let's look at it from a teacher perspective. Alright, so you'll be given this information about Google Classroom as a teacher. You would say yes, you have read and understand, and then you click continue. Here you're creating your class. So here you give your class a name. So information technology. Alright, and you can give it a section. Right, all these others are they are not mandatory. You don't necessarily have to fill in these, but you can fill in these other sections. So when a student enters the class, they can see basically what the class is about, what subject, and room. However, we won't necessarily use room because it's a virtual platform. So for now, we'll just leave out the others, but those, they are not mandatory. You can put them in if you need. So we'll just create this classroom called information technology. Alright, so you click create and it's now creating this classroom for you. Good. So now my classroom is now created. Now if you look, it is giving you some instructions. So it says invite students to your class. Alright, so this is the code in which you would give to your students to join your class. So when you post in your social media groups or whatever platform you use to communicate with your students, via email, via text message, via WhatsApp message, you will send them this code, right? So this is from a teacher point of view. So you send them this code. Now, the student will enter this code. When the student logs on, the student will see basically everything that is seen here. Now, when you log on, you can, now from the teacher point of view, you can actually post some instructions where students can actually use to do whatever is planned for the day. So we go to classwork. Here you can assign the different tasks or whatever you need the students to follow for the day. So here you can click create. Now you can sectionize your Google Classroom in topics, where you can state the topics for the subject, and you can lay it out on your Google Classroom. You can give materials, where you can post materials for students to go and research. You can post questions for students to respond to. You can give a quiz. Now, one of the interesting things about Google Classroom is that you can use it to formulate a quiz, to quiz your students, and Google Classroom will actually mark this quiz for you. Alright, so you can set up your quiz in a way where Google Classroom can mark it. You can also give an assignment, right, where you can assign things for your students to do, and your students can go there, follow it, and then they can upload back the work. Alright, here when you click on people, this is where you will see all the students who are in your class. Now it says that I am the teacher here, and then all the list of names of your students will be listed under students, right? When you give students work, when you click on grades, you will see all the grades. If you say you give a quiz, multiple choice, and the quiz from Google Classroom, mark that quiz. It is marked by Google Classroom. When you click on grades, then this is where all the grades will be displayed. Also, stream. When they log on, this is the first page that you'll see. So everything you post based on classwork, it will be here on stream. Students are able to respond to your post. Students are able to comment. Students are able to ask questions from the stream. Here you can give a brief message on what is taking place or instructions that you want to give to your students. Now, this will be posted right away, right? You can post this right away. And there are other features where you can schedule stuff, so it can be posted at a later date whenever you want. Alright, so you can post this here. You can select if you want all students to get it, or however you want to sort that out. Now, let's go back to here. So we are now here. Let's look at it from a student point of view. So as a student, and you want to join a Google Classroom, so you would have entered the necessary information. You have entered your email, your password, and you have signed in. When you're here on this page, if you are not yet in a class, you would not see any of these. Now, if you want to join a class, you will click the plus button. You will click join class. Now, the code that is given to you by your teacher, this is the code you would enter in this area. So you would enter the code here. You would enter, this is just a demo code, right? Then you will enter that code, and then you will click join class. To the right, you click join class. However, it is saying class is not found because this is not a legitimate code. However, you would get the code from your teacher, you would enter the code here, and then you would join your class. Alright, so this is just a simple way of navigating Google Classroom. Alright, please like, subscribe, and share as I show you how you can upload your work, how you can mark work and other stuff in Google Classroom.